I like Kevin Samuels. Kevin did a video about me. I felt bad because he was very supportive. Bro, he was very supportive of me in the video. But Kevin died alone.
You started talking junk about him the minute that he passed away.
You know what? I had to be honest. And his name's Anton Daniels, and he's entertaining. You know, he's very entertaining. Sometimes he sounds intelligent. Sometimes he sounds a little clownish. But you know, that's what the internet's all about. That's what YouTube's all about. That's how you get a lot of subscribers and stuff like that, because we have a lot of clowns in our community. I'm not going to say he's a complete clown. I would say that he's young. I think he's a few years younger than me. And he's very obsessed with me. He's really interested in my personal life, which I always find that really fascinating. There's no black man I can think of anywhere that I've been that obsessed with where I talk about that person a lot. But apparently he's talked about me a lot. And typically I don't really address it much. But this time I wanted to address it because I do think that there is something that's happening here that the community needs to pay attention to. You or because you are a single mother, something's wrong with you. And I think Anton's in the chat. You know what, man? I'm gonna say this, bro. You can actually, that's great. I'm glad he's here. I'm glad you're here. You should we should get online together. I don't know how to get in touch. Put your email address in here somewhere, or I don't know how we can connect, but I would be happy to debate you with it about it. And you take a look at what some of the ladies said, and I think that women should be heard. Right? It doesn't mean you got to agree. The question is, are you hearing women, or are you just telling women what you think, and that we somehow, because we're men, our opinion is the only opinion that matters? That's the part that's the problem. And that was the issue I had with. I like Kevin Samuels. Kevin did a video about me. I felt bad because he was very supportive. Bro, he was very supportive of me in the video. But Kevin died alone. Kevin Samuels, the same shit he said about that woman. You're gonna die alone. You're gonna die alone.
You went in on him the minute that he passed away. You started talking junk about him the minute that he passed away.
You know what? I had to be honest. Just like you said, you don't pander. I don't pander.
Well, how can you sit here and say that you rock with me?
I lost a lot of black male friends because of that position, but I'm okay with that.
I'm with having smoke for people when they can defend themselves. But how can you speak ill upon a man after he passed away? That's just low. That's low brow, boys. You know it. You cannot start speaking all of a sudden start talking on a person after they passed away. Hold on. Because I know him. I spoke at his funeral, right? I know his mother. I know his daughter. That was low brow. To hear you as a voice of the black community talk negatively about a person after they passed away, that was foul, boys.
There was nothing I said about Kevin after his death that I did not say when he was alive. And Kevin knew it because Kevin was talking about my wife on his platform.
After they passed away.
My position is unconditional honesty. I don't give a fuck if you're alive or you're dead. My opinion is not going to shift.
That's a character.
Yeah, Boyce was definitely being disingenuous with that. Now, this interview in itself, which I haven't linked below for you guys to check it out on Boyce's channel, it was an hour long, and I'm glad that Anton checked him. But you got to understand, Boyce caters to a woman demographic, just like a lot of content creators do. Anton is very critical of black women as well as Kevin was, but he spoke the truth about the current disposition of black women in America and the foolishness that's going on. But Boyce, obviously, who's married to a single mother, he took offense to that because he's encouraging men to marry single mothers. That's why Kwame got on him about that, which no woman or man would encourage their son to marry single mothers. So he had the nerve to say that Kevin, which is the Vivica Fox and all these other women, Kevin died alone. Men are alone. Men are alone. Men are already alone. It doesn't matter to us. We don't need to have, we're not the social of the species. The women are. And women, as much as they go around talking, they were making fun of Kevin for passing away. I'm glad he checked him. This man was making a difference. He brought things to light that were being overlooked. And Boyce was being a chatty Patty, if you will, just like the other women, and making fun of a dead black man, and had the nerve to say something along the lines of he was destroying women's confidence. These are women that were calling and asking a man's opinion. But let's finish this clip up. Let's go.
Let's be clear. I did not dislike Kevin. I specifically gave him compliments. I talked about the good things he did.
No. I did not give him
As a
compliments when
man,
he
we
passed
gotta
away.
defend our women, man. If you got a platform when you're making
No,
women feel bad,
no.
acting like women are the
That's
only
like
ones who can die
you're trying to
alone.
move the goalposts. You're moving the goalposts.
No, we're not moving the goalposts.
Once a
You-
person passes away, first of all, it was fresh off of his death, and his mother is grieving, and his daughter is grieving. His friends is grieving. People that actually care for him is grieving. You piled on in the death. That's lowbrow, Boyce. Listen, and I said it. I don't care if people say anything about a person when they're alive and they can defend themselves. He got a platform. He can say whatever it is that you want to say. When somebody passes away and people are grieving and you piling on in the same way that a lot of these other women that didn't like him, and you say that you like him, but you validating how it is that that's lowbrow behavior. I will never talk negatively about a person that cannot defend themselves. Or if I don't care for somebody, I'm just gonna not say nothing at all. I'm not gonna talk negatively about somebody.
But it's okay. But it's okay to tell women who are gonna die alone that they're gonna die alone. So that's okay. It's okay to build.
You forgetting one thing, Boyce. You forgetting one thing. They called into his platform to get his advice. He did not ask them.
They did not call in to get abuse. They did not
call
in.
Every single and you're not giving him credit for all of the women that he actually helped, because he has statistics and he had facts. He had people that he was actually getting to the finish line. And see, we don't talk about that part, and you still moving the goalpost. The fact of the matter is, it does not matter what happened when somebody was alive. Us as people with a platform, we should not be talking about people fresh on their death in a negative way, and then at the same time you sitting here talking about, well, I liked him. You can't have both. Either you was rocking with him and you liked him, or you didn't.
No,
but if it was somebody,
I
will never do that. I will never do that.
But let me correct you. I don't do that with anyone. There's nobody that I think is perfect. I'm not a follower. I don't rock with somebody 100% or hate them 100%. I talk about the nuances. And I think with Kevin, what I always said about Kevin was the exact same thing I said before he died and after he died. I was consistent. I might be an asshole, but at least I'm a consistent asshole. As I said, he's a brilliant guy. He did great work, but he realized his channel took off when he told that lady she was going to die alone. And right before he died, he said some shit about, like, when you over 35, you're a leftover. Nobody wants you. Who the fuck thinks that shit? That's bullshit.
We can go back and forth. Women in our community. I'm not here to defend Kevin.
Do you believe that? You believe a woman is worthless if they're over 35?
We can get into that. I'm not here to defend Kev because Kev's legacy speaks for itself, in my personal opinion. He said what he said. People can agree with it or disagree with it. I used to have conversations on the phone with him all the time where I would personally disagree with him on some things also. But I will never let that come out into the public, because that's not what friends do.
Absolutely. I think Boyce was catering to his audience, which a lot of people do. And this is something that was discussed. And Anton, I know he said something about he doesn't cater to his audience, so to speak. I'm the same way. I get called a simp by men, and I get called a he-man woman hater by women. But I'm going to have my opinion regardless. Nobody's going to make me feel any type of way or make me conform to their thought process or their way of thinking. Now, Boyce is going to say these things and repeat these things that women say just to get views, even though as a man, like I said, you can't sit there and say that you would marry a single mom or you would want this type. But because you are currently in that position, you married a single mom that would have overlooked you even at your age. It's something completely different. He's saying that he's standing on that. He's going to disrespect him in life and in death, even though you like him, but you're critical. You definitely should be critical of whoever you want to. This is social media. And I get what Anton said, because that is his friend. So you don't want to be too critical of your friend on video, but Boyce wasn't his friend. So I can see that. But disrespecting a man in death, nah, man. That's definitely not cool. And saying those things after somebody's passed away and reiterating those things, which is what women would tend to do, and making funny. He died alone. He did this. He did that. But his legacy is what it is. It does speak for itself. But let's finish out this video, guys. Let's see what else he's talking about here. And you can see Boyce's face while Anton is talking. It's just funny.
I was holding Kev accountable, or if he was holding me accountable, then we held each other accountable privately, because we truly rock with each other. So I'm not here to defend Kev, because Kev can his work speaks for itself. I'm saying that that's lowbrow behavior to speak on somebody. That would be almost like somebody bringing up Kobe's issues as far as what he dealt with when he was dealing with the whole rape charges upon the crashing and when he passed away. That wasn't the time for it, Boyce. That's when you pass away, people are grieving. They are grieving. They trying to remember the best of whatever it is that they have left of the person because it was an unexpected death. That's not right. It's just not right.
Let's be clear. I don't think I talked about Kevin until the time had passed. I didn't talk. It wasn't like I did a video right when he died and said breaking news. Kevin Samuels died, and this is why I wasn't happy about it. I wasn't, but I did use it as I was thinking about the people I care about, which is mostly young black men and young women. And I said, and I wanted men to understand that men die alone too. Men who don't invest in family, they die alone just like women do. And so with what happened with Kevin, I hate it. It was me being overly logical. He was a logical guy. I think he could understand this. The reality is that we need to stop acting like it's only women that can die alone for making bad relationship choices. Men, we do have a privilege. Black men, we have a huge privilege because statistics show that the percentage of marriage eligible black men to black women is highly disproportionate because of mass incarceration and all that. So men like you or men like me that are at a certain age, that have money or whatever, you got the pick of the litter. Women are everywhere. There was over a supply of women. It was too much, right? But that's why I wanted to get married. I didn't want all that no more. So the thing about it is a lot of women that are gonna die alone, whatever we want to call it, it's not because they were hoes or they all made bad choices. It's because there's an imbalance. And I think that you got to talk about that, man. You can't just talk.
We can debate that, but I just wanted to make sure that I addressed that I didn't think that was right. I mean, we could debate anything, or not even debate. I don't even want to say debate because debate is, you taking a position and I'm taking a position. I'm open to the possibility that I'm wrong and I'm open to hearing you. And after this conversation, I'm also going to take into consideration everything that you say because I do think that you're intelligent and I do think that you make some interesting and good points, right? But we can have a conversation about anything. I just don't agree with the way that you addressed it. I thought that I think that you're better than that.
Okay. Well, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. And the feeling's mutual. And I want us to, I'm glad we're connected.
Well, that's the end of that video. Nobody raised their voice, even though they were cutting each other off at some point. But that's how you address things. That's how you handle things like adults. And I'm glad he checked him. Boyce isn't in this space per se. He's in the financial space, but he does talk. And I think O'Shea, shout out to the Duke, said this a while back. To make himself relevant, he has to speak on current events, topics, current trending topics, and things like that, even though it doesn't have anything to do with money or finances or wealth building, for lack of a better term. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next video that's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. It's your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. I'm out of here. Peace.